Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolfe.
The transition from rain to snow has been taking place over the last few hours, but we did wake up to a very wet situation for many of us here across the state line. Some spots ended up seeing close to 1/10 of an inch or more of rainfall, including 0.14 inches of rain in Rockford. Some other spots a little bit further to the north and northwest ended up seeing lower totals as far as rain was concerned, but that's where they ended up seeing the higher totals from snowfall. Even further to the northwest, some spots got over 4 inches of snow, really not too far away from us, but the most that we ended up seeing anywhere here in the state line was anywhere from a trace to about 1 inch. Now, as we get the rest of the evening tonight, that transition from rain to snow has been taking place. We're not looking at anything as far as accumulation is concerned, because surface temperatures have been warm over the last few hours and are still warm even into the evening tonight. But we are still looking at a very wet situation with a couple of flakes mixed in with our SkyTrack cameras looking across the state line. Satellite and radar still remaining very colorful as we get that transition from the green, as far as rain was concerned, over to blue. Not really a whole lot of mixed precipitation in between, but definitely could see that rain and snow transition taking place, with many spots now seeing mostly snow. Temperatures are still continuing to fall, with many spots a little bit further to the north and northwest, down in the 20s. That's kind of where we're going to fall throughout the evening tonight, with that low pressure system now moving to the east. That's what's shifting the wind speeds and those wind directions. Wind speeds now picking up in many spots, anywhere from around 15, even close to 20 miles per hour, with those wind directions now coming out of the west to northwest. The rest of the evening tonight, temperatures do continue to fall from the mid-30s where they are now, all the way down into the upper 20s during the overnight hours tonight. Officially 27 degrees here in Rockford. Still mostly cloudy skies with a few flurries, at least into the early part of the overnight hours. We are dry for most of the day tomorrow, however. Temperatures only getting back up to that freezing mark. We still hold on to mostly cloudy skies and winds that could gust right around 25 miles an hour out of the west-northwest. That continues to remain the case overnight tonight with those gustier winds. That continues into the day tomorrow before we eventually calm those winds down into late Friday night into the early part of Saturday. Futurecast, though, does keep the flurries around a little bit longer, still hovering in the area with some decreasing coverage through the next few hours into the overnight. Right around midnight tonight, we still could have a flurry or two, but the majority of them will have continued to push off out of the area, with a little bit of clearing working in later into the day tomorrow. Temperatures really don't fall too far. We remain fairly close to where we are at the moment and in the low 30s over the next few days. But winds shifting back out of the southwest into Saturday will be ahead of our next weather system that'll bring us yet another chance for snowfall. That does come in as we get late into Saturday into the early part of Sunday, with this system beginning to work its way closer and closer to the area. Once again, we're not looking at a whole lot of accumulation occurring, but some light accumulations are possible with that late Saturday night into the day on Sunday. Some slick spots also possible during that time. Temperatures in the meantime are remaining pretty close to normal, just a few degrees above, right around the low 30s into the mid 30s by the time we get into the early part of next week. Then we have to talk about temperatures not only holding steady for this time, but that chance for snow Saturday night going into Sunday. Once again, though, toward the middle part of next week, guys, we have to talk about yet another chance for snow. Temperatures beyond this looking a little bit cooler toward the end of the week.
We have been above normal for quite a stretch, so it's pretty obvious that at some point the pendulum would have to swing the other way.
Yeah, we're so lacking snow. It's time.
That's true. Thanks, Jordan.